What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick from MWK Pop, and I want to welcome you back for another episode of the Hot Highlights. Of course, this is a weekly show where I break down the last week in releases. I give you my top three, some of my favorite album tracks that were not promoted, and I will share some of my favorite non-K-pop Korean music that I heard this week. So let's get it started with my top three of the week. And we have to start, of course, naturally at number 3. And that is Amber's solo debut called Shake That Brass. Now, I'm going to say that this song is not the best song I've ever heard. It definitely is not. And I will tell you for sure that this is the worst song on the album, without a doubt. But that is perfectly okay because it does what it is supposed to do as a title track. It is fun to watch. The music video is fun to watch. And it's just pretty much a fun song to listen to. Even though it's not good, it's a fun song to listen to. And what I really like about this is how perfectly it fits Amber and her style and all of that we really get when, we watch her in FX. And the overall style and sound and all of that, not sound, but the overall style of this video and all of that really reminds me of some FX releases from the last couple of years. And of course, I really do think that is kind of what they were going for, because that style fits Amber perfectly, in my opinion. So Amber from FX at number 3. Number 2 is going to be Zico and his second single called Well Done. This is a huge improvement, in my opinion, from Tough Cookie. Now, Tough Cookie, I didn't like it in any way, but I do, from people who've been commenting on my video for Well Done, I have kind of come to the realization that maybe Tough Cookie was not supposed to be taken as seriously as I took it or viewed it or something like that. Maybe it wasn't supposed to be a serious song, but it doesn't matter because I didn't really like it. But this song is infinitely better, and I really wish that this was actually his debut single, but it was not. It doesn't matter though, one way or another. I can't get what I want either way though. This song is absolutely fantastic. It's such a nice song to listen to. And it's a different side of Zico that I have never heard before, because people who follow Block B closely probably know a bit about his style and stuff that we don't get to see from, the mass-produced or mass-published music that gets released. This is the first one of him that I have seen in this style, which is really awesome. So we have to move on to number 1. And of course, it has to be, for me personally, 4Minute and their song Crazy, because I'm biased. 4Minute is my favorite group, and of course it would have to be the number 1 song of the week. But even though I'm biased, it would be a challenge for anybody to say that 4Minute song is not the best song of the week, for sure. Now, why do I love it so much? Because one, the EDM, style is just absolutely amazing. It has that addictive club beat, which is sick. And of course, they performed it for the first time ever in a club, I believe the day before the song was released, which is perfect. And the thing that I love the most is the visual style of this song is exactly what I wanted. For the last few months, I've been just thinking and wishing and praying that 4Minute would come back with a style similar to the Hit Your Heart album, and this is exactly like that. It is like Hit Your Heart, but it is more matured, because of course they are like 3, 4, 5 years older at this point, something in that range. And of course it is definitely older, more mature. These girls are grown up. Of course, have you seen Sohyun? She's grown up a large amount. And just overall, 4Minute Crazy has to be the number 1 song of the week, without a doubt. So 4Minute, number 1, number 2 is Zico, and number 3 is Amber. Now let's move into some of the album tracks. I'm not going to talk about any of the 4Minute album songs, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, I don't know why I didn't actually consider that, but they're all good. I cannot possibly pick between one because I'm biased. They're all good in different ways, so I'm just not going to even consider it. So we're going to first start off with Amber's album, Beautiful. And the best song, in my opinion, or not, it's really hard to pick a best song because they're not different, but they're very similar, I guess. They're 2 songs are the same, one is different in a way. But the best song for me is a song called Heights. And what I really like about this, all of the album tracks on this song highlight her vocal ability she sings in this, on these songs. I mean, just straight up, she sings. I wasn't expecting it, but she does, and she's not bad. She not bad. It was better than I was expecting. But I mean, this is really awesome. This song is really the only pop feeling song in the entire album, and that's kind of sits better with me than the rest of the ballad songs. That is exactly what I like. This song too, I think would be a perfect fit for a music video. I would really, really love it if SM Entertainment decided that they were going to make a music video for this song. That would be super awesome. Now we got to move on from Amber to My Name, which didn't make it to my top 3, but their song, the promotion song for their new album, is awesome. I absolutely love it. The best album track besides the promotion track is called Reason. Definitely should check it out. And the beat, it reminds me a lot of like 80s disco or you know, electronic music. And it's I really have a soft spot for songs that go for an older style like that. You know, especially with the you know, pop music and all that stuff being electronic based, or synthesizer based. Going with something that it sounds like it's from the 80s kind of just hits me in a soft spot where I really, really love it. And of course, beyond that, one of the main things I love about this is how accentuated the beat, how defined the beat is. Like, it's really hard to miss it, especially from the very beginning of the song. It's defined. You know what the beat is, and you cannot get off of it no matter how hard you try, because it's very, very clear what the beat is. So those are the two, or those are my two favorite album tracks from the last week. Of course, there's not any more than that because there weren't really any full albums that were released besides 4Minute. So that means it's time to move into the 3 Korean music songs that I would like to recommend to you. I'm gonna start off with a group called Street Guns with a song called Everybody Needs Rock and Roll. And listening to this song, I started this song, of course I don't know what to expect because I've never heard these guys before. I started it and instantly I was blown away. These guys they remind me a lot of, you know, pop rock from the 60s, 70s, late 50s. They really do sound a lot like this. There's a familiar chord progression that goes in the guitar that I know it sounds like it's from a song off of Guitar Hero, one of the first Guitar Heroes. But these guys draw a lot of influence from a lot of the majorly popular musicians and groups from back in that area. And the main genre this really reminds me of a lot like, you know, like surfer rock, like not like the Beach Boys, but Dick Dale. Definitely a group that these guys sound similar to or have drawn some inspiration from. And I think that is absolutely fantastic. That is why I love these guys, because it sounds like rock. I love rock. It sounds like 60s rock. 60s rock is good. And this has got all of the things, all of the different elements that for me personally make an absolutely amazing song. But we gotta move from Street Guns to a solo singer called Night Delight, and his song called Private Eye. And what makes this song absolutely amazing is that if you listen to it, I don't know what the lyrics are saying because I don't know Korean and I haven't looked up the translation, but if you listen to the music, it totally sounds like the song, the progression from the start to the end of the song is telling a story. And if you can guess what the story is from the title Private Eye, it really does sound like, you know, you could take this song and make it a backing track for a video of a guy, like a detective, following a witness or a suspect that they're trying to get some information on. Like the sound and the instrument, the way that all it sounds, it really does sound like, you know, you have sound effects to a, you know, actual video. You know, like a guy sneaking around and all that stuff. It's just absolutely fantastic. There are not very many, if any, songs these days that do anything like this. I do remember back in the day when I was in a music history class, and there's, you know, some classical music or those sorts of songs where there was, you know, there was a lot of music back then that was used to, you know, with the sounds and all stuff to tell a story to go along with something being acted out on stage. And this song definitely could fit with that. So that is exactly why I like Night Delight. And then we're gonna wrap it up with Asian and a song called Develop, but it's all accentuated in French-like, so I don't know exactly how to say it. I'm not even going to try. But Asian is similar to ENIAC, who I featured in my last video who's an electronica producer, musician, and she is very, like I said, very, very similar to ENIAC, except the music is more upbeat. It has more of a, you know, it's more complex, I guess you can say, in the way that you know, up and down in the actual song, but it still does maintain its smooth flow just like ENIAC does, and it's very, very easy to listen to, which I absolutely love these sorts of songs. These are my favorite songs on the planet, and not my most favorite songs, but these are definitely some potential songs to be one of my most favorite. And I just absolutely love it. So Asian and her song called, or her album song Develop, is really, really awesome. No, it's a song off of an album called Develop. Just absolutely fantastic. I cannot get enough of it. And I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna listen to the album, and I'm guarantee you that I'm gonna like it. So that is gonna be it for this episode of The Hot Highlight. I do hope that you enjoyed it. I know that I did. I heard a lot of new music this week, and those are obviously my favorite songs. So before you go though, please follow me on Twitter, message me on KakaoTalk, like me on Facebook, and if you haven't already, do please subscribe so you get updated when I upload more videos. So that is going to be it for this video. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you all next week for another episode of The Hot Highlight as we wrap up this upcoming week in K-pop. So, like I said, that is going to be it. As always, I will see you all later. Goodbye.